Timer's ticking. Last chance to hit those likes. Let's get the party started. Yo! What's going on, players? Players! Only. Your mom, what's going on, buddy? Jay, Keith, Gavin, Neil.
Nope.
I just keep the nope there. You know, it's almost a part of the stream when I wake up. When it doesn't play nope, it's almost part of the stream. We got the fresh hoodie going on this morning. I love wearing a hoodie. I love wearing a hoodie. It almost makes me want to be Becker and say, yo, your mom, your mom. But we're not going to do that this morning. Robbie, MVK, Wood, Jay, we had Bitcoin Life in here saying it's good to catch a morning stream every once in a while. Absolutely is. Even in a bear market, it's nice to come in and say hi to the, we're going to open it up to everyone today, guys. It's Friday. Let's open it up to everyone. Let's get a little chat going on here and see what's going on. Hope everyone's having a fantastic Friday so far. It's freaking Friday, man. It's almost the weekend. Bitcoin still ain't doing shit, but I guess we're in the bear market, so does it really matter at this point? I will argue. Hold on.
Nope.
There it is. It's a little delayed there for the nope, anyways. We got coffee number 2 going on today. 1 coffee behind, like usual lately. But that's where we're at. Now, today we'll talk a little bit short-term price action. There's some altcoins doing decently well today. We'll talk some short-term price action, but I want to talk about something different a little bit today. I want to talk about, okay, for the people who aren't trying to time the bottom and the people that want a little bit more confirmation before they get back into the market. They want to sit back and they want to go, listen, I'm not trying to time the bottom. I'm willing to just wait it out with my stack, and I want to enter when we have signals that crypto is ready to actually do something. We're going to talk to those people today, because I think there's a lot of those people out there that are like, all right, what's the point of going in right now? And I could just wait until this whole shitstorm over, and we can kind of go from there. We're going to talk to those people today, all right? Because I know there's a lot of those people out there. They're just like, I'm going to wait it out. Let's wait it out. I get that. I get that sentiment, man. What's going on, Neil? Scotty Swing, Olivia, George, Bjorn, your owner. Who are you owner of, man? You're an owner of these nuts. Anyways, let's jump on in. So Bitcoin, listen, the reason why I redraw the triangle today, and I always look at this when I'm looking at some type of pattern, right? I want to see a volume breakout. So yesterday we did have a little bit of a move up back up to our red box, but we didn't see that volume follow through, which tells me that we're still in a consolidation pattern, right? When you see a breakout of a pattern, whether it's a pump or a dump, you want to see that volume breakout. We didn't get it, right? And you guys can still see that volume since that, obviously the big move back down last Tuesday. It's still fallen off a cliff, right? Volume's getting extremely low here, especially on a Friday. Can we see this volatile move happen today? Now, it doesn't have to, right? And we know Bitcoin can be a troll, and obviously it can just go, oh, everyone's waiting for a breakout, and I'm just going to keep going sideways like this. Absolutely a scenario. And would that shock me? No, quite frankly not. But we're still waiting for that short-term breakout. I think right now we're kind of just stuck in the range between 17K and about, you can argue 17K and 16,200-ish. Just kind of going up and down, up and down, up and down. It's a nice little range if you're trading it. That's for damn sure. But I think something's going to give relatively soon as volume kind of falls off a cliff inside of a general pattern. Let me see. Neil said it's so tight. It's so tight, man. It's so tight. So tight. It makes me want a donut, I don't know why it makes me want a donut, but when I look at a tight pattern like this, it makes me want a donut. I don't know. What do you guys think? You think we should go get a donut? Michael said, you promised us a decision like days ago. Listen, Mike, okay? Listen, man. I can't decide when Bitcoin moves, okay? All I can say is I can decide, I can call my friend and decide when Bitcoin moves. I'm just kidding. I can't do that. I wish I could.
Rant alert.
I wish I could control a market like that. Anyways, a lot of people are expecting just a straight move back down. I think that's certainly a possibility, and you can't rule that out at this point. But I also look up, and I still see a lot of, same thing, like a lot of liquidity to the upside. Big wick up here on the 4-hour time frame. You got this big giant wick up here. Are they going to leave it up there? Or are they going to bring it back up first and then to smack it back down like a hot potato? Hot potatoes are always good. I love hot potatoes, but I don't like hot potatoes when Bitcoin pumps and dumps. I definitely don't like those hot potatoes. And there's even liquidity back up even higher. Do they have enough juice to get it up here? I doubt it. I doubt it at this current moment, but there's always that scenario, right? There's always that scenario. Still waiting the breakout of this pattern. At the end of the day, my thought process is still up, down. I know a lot of people think down, up, or just down. But that's cool. That's cool. And if it happens that way, it happens that way. It is what it is. Now, going over to the daily chart, just real quick, and we're going to get into the juicy stuff in a second here, guys. Let's go back over to the daily chart. Cheers to everyone that's in the morning stream that's in here in the chat this morning. Cheers, everyone. Jesus said public chat. Let's see. It's official. After this morning, I'm 100% a Bitcoin maxi. 0 shitcoins in my possession. Wayne, I think you already were a Bitcoin maxi, man. Like, let's not try to spread FUD on that, Wayne. You were always a Bitcoin maxi, my friend. All right, guys. Same thing permits. Until Bitcoin closes a daily, I want to see a daily close above the previous daily close lows. Bitcoin can get a daily close above 18,500. I think you got a shot at, potentially that sort of formation where we get, this is a big deviation, right? We break the lows, we get back above the previous lows, something like this, and we hold up here. You could argue that we have a little bit of a deviation play, and you might be looking for more upside here, if that's the scenario. Now, anything below, on any time frame, anything below 19K, you got to look at with some skepticism, okay? Any time you're below 19K, you still got to be a little bit bearish, okay? And I know that's not fun, especially for the bulls, but you got to take it for what it is. Even if Bitcoin does get a rise up and can't get above 19K, could just be a rejection to come back down. Any price action in here, you got to be skeptical of as some sort of another bull trap. Because listen, at the end of the day, guys, as much as I don't like to admit it, We are Bitcoin just made a new low last week, so I guess we are still in a bear market until proven otherwise. And be cautious on any move to the upside. If you bought some crypto back when Bitcoin dropped to like 15.5 or 16K and Bitcoin goes back up to 18, 19K, don't be afraid to take some profits in a bear market until proven otherwise. I think you're going to get more time to buy anyways as we kind of go along. And we'll talk about that today. Lupus, good morning. Good morning. Your mom said a donut without a hole in the middle is a Danish. Very true. Very true. Guys, what's your opinion? What's better, a munchkin or a donut? Let me know. Munchkin or a donut? You might say, Jordan, they're the same thing. A munchkin is the hole in a donut. They are very different. They have different textures, and it's all about the textures, as you know, with desserts. Okay? Donut or munchkin for breakfast. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. In the meantime, right, I mean, we still have our targets here. I think the targets are pretty self-explanatory for the short term, right, as we sort of await this breakout. It is a symmetrical triangle, which is a continuation pattern. When you see a symmetrical triangle in a downtrend, you gotta say, okay, this is more likely to break to the downside. That downside target puts you right in that right, I mean, really the next support is 14K, right? So it's gonna put you right in that 14K range. Upside target, though I don't know if it gets this high, puts you right up in that 19K range. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at in the short term. Still patiently waiting and still doing our thing, but that's not the point of today's stream, okay? That ain't the point of today's stream as we sort of wait it out for the rest of the day. Now you might be saying, all right, this goes out to all my guys in the back, all my doomers and gloomers, everyone who says, okay, this is not going to be over for a while. I understand your sentiment when you say that, right? Especially with this FTX shit show, you know, and everything in between that's going on besides that. Listen, I understand that sentiment, okay? And if you don't think that something like this will happen, where this is going to end up being a spring, right? This whole price action to get everyone super scared, just to bounce it right back into the range we were in before and continue the bear market accumulation. If you're not one of those people, which I still think this is a scenario here. Is it the most likely scenario? No, but I still think this is a scenario where this was one giant sort of bear trap here, and it gets almost everyone to sell. Once again, biggest volume ever on Binance, biggest volume ever on Coinbase on that move down that we just had last week. It would make sense as a spring if they were able to bring it back up. Question is, will they be able to? That's obviously the big question. But if you are not one of those people and you want to say, okay, I want to wait on the sidelines until we have some type of signals where the bear market might be over, right? I don't care about time in the bottom. I don't care if I miss out on a little bit of gains from the bottom to whatever the signal flashes. I don't care about that, okay? Well, I think you can look at something very, very, very obvious, okay? Which is, this is the logarithmic MACD, right? So basically it's the MACD normalized over the whole period of crypto, okay? Hold on. There's a freaking wire below me. Get off me, wire. It's stuck on my foot. Guys ever get a wire stuck on your foot? Dude, my wire organization skills are horrible, man. Horrible. There's actually no wire organization. It's just like it's a big spider web over here. I need some wire organization. Any of you guys masters at wire organization that can help me, let me know. Because I need your best wire organization tips. I know some of you guys are absolute freaks with your desk. Okay? This is at a whole nother level over here. Hold on. Cheers. Just one. El Salvador will buy 1 Bitcoin tomorrow. Yeah, did they say they're going to buy 1 Bitcoin every single day from here on out? It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I mean, is it huge? No. But, hey, I mean, 1 Bitcoin every single day, I guess that adds up over time. For a country, you know? Anyways, BTC. What can we wait for? All right. So, I mean, we can look at this in the 2-week chart. So we're going to start off with if you want to be a little bit conservative, and you can say, okay, here's what I want to enter back in if I want to be a little bit safe. So you can see the 2-week MACD. We've been in red this whole bear market, right? Really ever since November 8th, right? Which was the peak highs on the 2-week chart. All right. Clint is a desk freak. Who uses wires anymore? Everything is wireless today. Here we go. Here comes Clinty with the obvious quotes. You gotta love Clinty, man. Cheers, Clint. I hope you're enjoying your coffee this morning and you're not a Grinch. It's almost Christmas time. You know, you can't be a Grinch. We watched our Christmas movie yesterday, by the way. It was a fantastic Christmas movie, man. It was Christmas Vacation. Christmas Vacation. Awesome freaking movie, man. I've already seen it like a billion times, but let me tell you, man. It puts me in the Christmas cheer. It makes me very, very joyful. Okay? But no, the 2-week MACD flipped ever since the highs. If you wanted to be a little bit conservative, right? And this is not the most conservative approach you can take. You can wait for the 2-week to flip back over. You can see right now it's getting there, but this could still take multiple 2-week candles, right? This could take another 2-3 months to flip back over. So this is the ultimate, or I guess the first step of being a little bit conservative. If we go back in the past and look at, okay, when does this flip back over after a long consolidated bear market? Okay, we can see right here back in May of 2020, yes, you missed out on a lot of lows. But like I said, this is for the conservative people out there. Because I think a lot of people right now are very, very scared, right? Very, very nervous to enter any type of markets right now. And I wanted to make a dedicated stream for those people because not everyone wants to be like, okay, I want to just DCA at lowering prices. I want to wait for a confirmation. If you were to enter last time, which was May of 2020, you missed out. Listen, you missed out on about, a 3x from the lows. Now, listen, there's always a trade-off to this. If you want to be conservative, you're going to miss out on tripling your portfolio. But here's the deal. You would have entered somewhere in the 9K range. Would you have been upset about that? No. And I think that was a pretty good entry for the last bull market. I mean, if you entered at 9K, you entered before 99% of people did last time. All right, you wouldn't have been too upset about that. Okay. Now, if we were to sort of continue this and look at the time before that, let's go back to 2019. If you entered right here in 2019, you would have missed out on about a 2x from the bottom. Okay. Now, once again, being conservative also makes you miss out on some stuff, but that's the whole point of today's video. I mean, you would have missed out on about a 2x from your portfolio, but still, even this one, I mean, you would have ended up tripling your gains there if you waited for the 2-week, MACD flip. Once again, is it the best thing to do? I mean, if you're looking to sort of maximize or minimize risk, could be something you could look into, right? The time before that, we can go all the way back here to, 2017. If you entered right here, you would have entered Bitcoin at around $700. Okay, now the lows were like $200, so that's very conservative. Okay, but you would have entered around $700, and then obviously the peak was 20K. Once again, I mean it's about a 23x in that bull market. You would have been pretty happy. So we can keep going all the way back in time, and the time before that was October 2013. You would have entered on this candle. You would have had more upside. Blah, blah, blah. You guys get the point. So I would say for anyone who's trying to be ultra conservative, right? Super conservative, right? You don't want any risk. You don't want anything to do with the shit show of the world right now. You don't want anything to do with the shit show of crypto at the current moment. You could wait for this if you wanted to. Am I going to? No. I'm a little bit more risk tolerant than most people. So I won't be waiting for this. But if you were, and if you wanted to wait for something, this is, I mean, based off history, has pretty good target. That's again, this could still take months, even possibly longer than that. If we keep going to the downside, this could take another year before this flips back over. So it is something interesting you can look at. This is planes, trains, and automobiles time anyway. Yeah, I think that's the next one we got to watch is planes, trains, and automobiles. But that was a fantastic movie we watched last night. It makes you very, very cheery when you see the lights finally come on, and he's like, "Yes, I finally got the lights on, man." You know what I mean? It's very, very good. Now, if you wanted to come out swinging, okay? If you wanted to be so conservative, right? More conservative than anything in between. You could wait for the monthly if you wanted to, right? Now, this one you're going to miss out on a lot potentially, but you could wait for the monthly MACD flip, which I'll tell you right now is nowhere close at the current moment. Okay, but if you did that in the past, you would have decent entries, right? But you would still be missing a lot on the table. Okay, A lot. Like, and you would have entered in July. You would have entered around 12K. You would still be up right now, and you would be happy if it took profits at the top of the bull market, but that's not the best entry. So, this goes out to all my super conservative guys out there. If you did it back in 2015, you would have entered around 400. So, some pretty interesting points there if you were to look at this. But I think, we all know that Bitcoin is going to flow based off the S&P. If we wanted to go off the S&P and do the same deal, all right, let's go to the S&P real quick. You guys are wondering what Bitcoin's doing right now. Bitcoin ain't doing shit. All right, and yes, but we'll talk about the World Cup coins, okay? Algo, Chili's, and everything in between, okay? We will talk about those. Best buy is XRP. A lot of you guys are, before we go into the S&P, a lot of you guys are like, oh, what's going on with Algo? Algo is coming up a little bit, I guess, today. We talked about Algo yesterday. It had a really good setup, right? Really nice falling wedge. It actually came up and hit pretty much the target of the falling wedge. So that was a pretty good setup for Algo yesterday. World Cup is going on. Algo's got something to do with that. And same thing with Chili's, right? Chili's obviously had a nice move up today. Bada bing, bada boom.
Strap up. We're going to the moon.
There we go. Chili's came right up to our orange box target. You can't make this shit up. So there it is on Chili's. So some good moves for those. The rest of the market, ain't really doing shit today. I mean, you got Uni coming up a little bit. The decentralized play seems to still be doing pretty well. Uni, not really doing much. I mean, it kind of took all its liquidity to the upsides. I don't see a reason why Uni has to come up higher. But we'll obviously keep watching Uni. It has a trend line coming along like this, which it seems to like to come and test on its moves up. So if Bitcoin can get that move up, this is probably where I expect Uni to top out, right around like 750. Right around 750, my friends. All right, what were we talking about before? Cheers, guys. Let me see. So stack up on ADA. All this, we get to stack up on ADA, man. Oh, my Lord. All right, so the S&P. I think one thing we can watch for the S&P, and this goes for the people that are like, okay, I don't care what Bitcoin does. I want to see the rest of the market go back up before I get confident in Bitcoin, okay? Here's a couple things you can watch for the S&P. Same kind of deal, right? You can wait for the 2-week MACD cross. We haven't got it this whole bear market, right? We haven't really even gotten close in this whole bear market, to be honest. We've sort of been, we flirted with it a few times, but really got nowhere close to a flip. You can wait for that flip on the 2-week MACD. And you could also wait for a break of the downtrend of resistance. Why do I say a break of the downtrend of resistance? You might be saying, Jordan, we could just break out and then dump right back below. No shit, numbnuts, right? We've seen that multiple times. But here's the deal why you could wait for that, right? Let's go back to 2008, which had a similar setup, right? And we know we have the 2008 fractal on the S&P. This is on the 2-week chart still, too, guys, in case you're wondering what chart it is. You can see that 2008 had a very similar downtrend of resistance. But what did it do on that final retest? That final retest was the holy kadupa dupa dump back down to the downside. And you could argue, and a lot of people are arguing right now, that this back test right here on the S&P is that final back test before you see that giant kaduka duka in December and January of this year. Okay, or January next year, I should say. So you could wait for the flip, okay? You haven't seen the flip yet. You haven't seen the breakout yet. So if you are super conservative, you can say, I'm not touching this until we break out. I'm not touching this until it flips. Why? Everyone likes to compare now to 2008, right? What happened in 2008? Well, you didn't get the 2-week MACD flip the entire time. When you did, that was a good time to enter right here. Back at $850 on the S&P, right? When you got that MACD flip down here. Also, you could wait for the breakout of downtrend. Until you get the breakout of downtrend, you could still stay a little bit bearish if you want. You would have got an entry at 1K. Still would have been pretty happy at that point. So, once again, if you're looking at 2008 versus now, which a lot of people are comparing 2008 to now, you could say, I'm going to wait for a breakout. And I'm going to wait for the 2-week MACD flip to get any type of buys in. You could do that if you're super conservative. I don't blame you for it. Whatsoever. Mr. G Lord, so that's what I'm thinking, waiting to short stocks for the first time. Yeah, I mean, listen, based off 2008, if you're going to see that giant drop, which, I mean, listen, like, who knows at this point, but if you're going to see it, I think within the next couple, like 1 to 2 months, I think this is the time you'll see it if it does happen. If it does. When short the whole the New York Stock Exchange. Oh, Lordy. Now, let me see. You could also go back to 2000. And 2000 had a very similar setup too here, guys. If we look at 2000, like this, the 2008 dot-com bubble crash, similar type of deal going on, right? You had a downtrend of resistance, okay? And to be honest, I mean, you look back in the past, I mean, there's different ways you can draw this, and that's why I stress it's not a 100% deal. I guess it's being a little bit safe, as you would call it. Like this one had a downtrend of resistance. You broke out up, and then you broke back down. This was like an ultimate fake out right here, where you had the breakout of resistance, you had the 2-week MACD flip, and then it sort of dumped back down. But like still, if you were to enter at like 1K, okay, I mean, it went down to $800. Okay, I mean, at that point, you're kind of being a little bit nitpicky. But you could enter here. I guess it's a little bit safer of an entry. 2-week MACD flip, you can enter right here. A little bit safer an entry than being like, okay, I'm going to try to catch this the whole way down. You could do that if you wanted to. It sort of, you could look at it like that. So I would say, and you could also look at it from the monthly time frame. If you want to go to the monthly, you could say, okay, I'm going to enter Bitcoin when this happens. You could wait for the monthly MACD flip, which right here would have been an awesome freaking entry at 900. Okay, you go back over here, would have been an awesome entry right here at about 1K. Okay, you could do it right now. We're not even close. So you got time. If you want to be conservative, you got plenty of time. All right, so that's where we're at, and that's why I would say that I know there's a lot of people that just don't want to touch the markets. They want to get out. They want to hold their savings. They want to enter when things look a little bit more clear. And I wanted to make something that potentially I'll be looking at too as we sort of go along with this. Because there's always a stack that I'm holding on the sidelines, waiting for sort of that like ultimate collapse. Okay, now listen, I don't want to be hoping for ultimate collapse. I think that's a little bit sad, and that's a sort of it's sort of a negative way to look at life. I hope everything collapses and everyone gets destroyed and I can take advantage of it. That's not really what I want. But I also have money that I put away just in case you see that ultimate collapse. And I won't. That's either going to stay there or it's going to be spent when there's an ultimate collapse. That's what's going to go down. But hey, I'm not everyone, and that stack will be for those times where things look a little bit more clear after a potential horrible crash. Okay, there's always that chance. I don't want to scare everyone and say, "Oh, FUD." There's always that chance, and that'll be for that. But do I think that's likely that the S&P and the Nasdaq drop another like 50% from here? I don't think so. I don't think that's terribly likely, but you can't say it's impossible. I will say that. Clint said you don't need to hope for it. You just need to wait for it. Facts. And there's so many different theories going on right now, guys, right? As we sort of wait for Bitcoin to make this short-term move, and Bitcoin's being ultra boring in the short term, Bitcoin's ultra spicy in the long term right now, right? The short term sucks, but the medium and long term charts right now are awesome, right? This is where decisions have to be made, right? This is where you either make it or break it. As we're starting to get to these prices, this is where you make it or break it, man. This is where you decide, okay, we're getting to these ultra low prices from all-time highs. Am I going to start stepping in and taking advantage, or am I going to wait it out? This is where it starts to get juicy. This is where it starts to get. I mean, you got altcoins down 95% from all-time highs. We're slowly approaching 2018 territory, where you're getting like freaking bottom of the barrel bargains on some of these, and even Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is approaching those levels. If Bitcoin was to go to the same price it did in 2018, it would be right around 13K, and it just went to 15.5. So Here we are, guys. It is boring times, but it's semi-exciting times because this is the times where you really do make the dent in your sort of portfolio and really look forward to the long-term stuff here. We know, we know, Sendola, we know. Let's see. And I know a lot of people are watching for this, right? Here's another scenario. I see a lot of people talking about this where they don't think the collapse is going to happen right now. They think this whole move, this whole year was a bear trap. And there's a lot of people that have this thought process. And they think that we're actually going to see a giant move up. Maybe not from here, but within the next couple months, we're going to see a giant move up. Like an absolutely insane move where the S&P goes nuts, Bitcoin goes nuts, crypto goes nuts. And then at the end of next year or in 2024, we see that giant collapse that everyone's talking about, right? And I think that's an interesting point of view. There's a lot of people talking about that point of view. I think that's interesting. I think the only way that happens is if we get, if inflation starts coming down like crazy. If potentially like Russia Ukraine like ends within the next few months, you gotta kind of have the perfect storm for this, for something like that to happen, and it's not just Bitcoin. They're talking about stock markets too. I don't know if that's I still don't know if that's the terribly likely scenario where you start seeing this like crazy move over the next couple months, but we sort of wait. Bully Bulldog. Oh, there's a lot of people that have that scenario. To me, here's what I think is going to happen, guys. The same thing that's happened every single bear market. If you want to know my opinion, what I truly think is going to happen, okay? And just listen, I'm just one person, but I think we end up staying down here. And you might have your little dead cat bounces like 2019. That would be freaking awesome. If we had a dead cat bounce like 2019, that would be like a move to Bitcoin to like 40K within the next few months. But you might have your little dead cat bounces or whatever, but I do think that we end up staying in this general range for the next year, which is it's a long time, and I know that feels like forever. Okay, but you also got to remember Bitcoin was at all-time highs a year ago, and how quick did that year go by? Okay, very, 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 very quickly, guys. Very, very quickly. Do not underestimate how fast time could go by, my friends. Okay, before you know it, it's like this. It's like this, like this, like this. I mean, at this point, it's almost been 13 months since Bitcoin went to all-time highs. At this point, so here we are. Here we are. I do think we end up following pretty much the same trajectory that we've always done. Okay, I do. Zane said the chat should always be on. that could be interesting. That could be interesting. We keep the chat always on. I like when the chat's always on. I'm gonna do it today because it's Friday. We want some good vibes in the chat. I like having the good vibes in the chat. Why is ApeCoin pumping? You say, why is ApeCoin pumping, dude? Let's see, ApeCoin. ApeCoin. Why is ApeCoin pumping? I mean, it was seriously sold off there. Okay, and if you look at some of the shorter term time frames, you'll probably notice. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna find a lot of altcoins that had this similar scenario. We talked about was it Chili's had this almost a similar chart here, where you were just holding the lows and you were just waiting for I guess a pop there. I mean, at the end of the day, when you see something just kind of hovering at the lows here like this, a reversion to the mean makes a lot of sense most of the times, right? Everyone went short, okay? Everyone's still sitting in their short, think it's just going to go straight down. What do? They bring it back up. Everyone starts to go long again, and then they smack it back down, right? It's always in waves. One, you probably get a second wave, and then you get a third wave. Shout out to Savvy. But Elliott waves, I guess, are the same point of, I guess, it's the market maker taking liquidity to either side. That's why you're seeing Ape get a nice little move up today. I guess we get a little pump song for Ape going. Come on. Why not? Let's get a little dancey and fancy in here. Let's get a little dancey and fancy. The moment I stop shorting Chili's, it will dump. Let me know. That's the way it rolls, I guess. Whale Talk said Jordan said he has no vacation. That's not true, guys. That's not true. I am going to Florida in the end of January. So that could mark the bottom, the end of January. That kind of makes sense what we were just talking about, right? That kind of makes sense. You know, like if we're going to see that final, like, just absolute dreaded, like, capitulation, like 2008 or some shit like that, it should happen within the next few months. So, you guys want to know when Bitcoin's going to dump? I'll tell you right now. January 25th to January 31st. That is when Bitcoin's going to dump, my friends, okay? We got a deal? We got a deal? January 25th to 31st, I will be going to Florida, okay? So, that is when Bitcoin's going to have its final capitulation, all right? I'm letting you know right now. Until then, we chop. All right, Ape's doing pretty nice. Chili's is going over here. Short the vacation. Every time. I've never not gone on vacation and Bitcoin's dumped massively. Every time it dumps, like, it's like the biggest dumps that it's had in the whole year is when I go on vacation. Holy Lord. Let's see. So that's the old Chili. Yeah, Chili's up to, it had a big wick and vector candles back up to this region at 27 cents. It made sense for it to come back up here, you know? Zane, what's going on, buddy? Zane Al Busari. What a name, man. That sounds very intimidating. Zane Al Busari. Oh, no, I'm not messing with Zane. Just kidding. Because you're not around to pump it up. Pump it up. Oh, Lord. All right, so Chili's, obviously, we talked about Chili's before. Everything seems to be chilling. Bitcoin seems to be chilling. Some of you guys are saying so a lot of you guys are saying, like, oh, the Nasdaq's dumping today. It's not really. I mean, let's go to the daily chart real quick. And I told you guys, I still think the Nasdaq has a move up to the 618 retracement. Every move, every bear market rally, the Nasdaq has gotten to move up to the 618 retracement. You're at the 0.5 retracement at the current moment. So I still think this will end up just being a back test of support, and then you sort of continue to rise back up. The only thing is the DXY, which the DXY, I will say this. I don't get everything correct, okay? But the DXY breakdown was a pretty good one. Now, this one's due for a retrace, and that could put a hamper in everything we're talking about, because the DXY's dropped down hard here. What do you do when you get a retrace? You usually get a retrace back to the upside. So if the DXY gets a few days next week of a retracement to the upside, could give you a little downwards pressure on stocks. So just be prepared for that. This is a big support level for the DXY. And it really started with the euro, man. I love my euro chart. You guys were shitting on me, spitting on my chest for the euro chart. Spitting on my freaking chest. No, but I think this level holds for the long term. But that doesn't mean, I will say this, man. Just because you broke up for this channel and you came down and tested the bottom of this giant support line that's held all throughout time for the euro, okay? And it bounced almost perfectly off that level. You can't make this shit up, man. It doesn't mean that it can't just come back down and hold this for a longer term accumulation here, okay? Which can mean the dollar goes sideways and you still have some more possible downside for, stock markets and Bitcoin and stuff like that. So just be prepared for that. I think that was I think that was what it is. But this one's got a big move up, pretty parabolic. This one's probably due for a retrace too. Same thing with the DXY. So euro comes down, DXY goes up, or dollar goes up. You guys get the point on that one. Look at Bitcoin right now, man. Holy guacamole, man. This thing is more crabbish than Melissa after going in after banging Jabba and Bob at the same time. Holy moly, man. Stinky Link. Crow breakout. The Euro Slinky. SPX going to go up now? Hey, man, what I'm watching for is this. And that was one of the keys where I said, okay, if you guys want to be conservative, you wait for a breakout of this. Okay? You watch this on the S&P. Based off history, when you have one of these big downtrends and this gets broken, it's usually a pretty good sign. Okay, now, like I said, you got the 618 retracement coming up here. If the S&P breaks out, which you got to go with it won't, okay? We're in a bear market. It's gotten rejected once, got rejected twice, got rejected 3 times. Every time we come up to this, okay, everyone gets way too bullish, okay? Including myself sometimes. So as we approach this, okay, be hesitant right here. Because this could be the point where the S&P gets right here. Everyone gets super, super bullish. Oh my God, look at the S&P. And then it gets smacked. That's what happened in 2008. You tested it for the 4th time, and then you got smacked right back down. Hard the 4th time. Okay, so be cautious as we are approaching this level here on the S&P. Be very, very cautious, my friends. Very, very cautious. What do you think about the ETH Bitcoin chart? Let's check it out. ETH Bitcoin. Let's see. ETH Bitcoin, ETH Bitcoin, ETH Bitcoin, ETH BTC. Let's see. ETH BTC. You guys know I mean, this chart's been up only for pretty much since 2017. I don't see a reason why this chart won't continue up for the long term. It's been I mean, since 2019, it's pretty much been up only. Even in the bear market, it's been up only. You know, so it is what it is. Like, you look at this chart and you say, okay, I mean, you're sort of in a range now, but I mean, we sort of said, like, in the bear market, Ethereum has outpaced Bitcoin, which I still find fascinating, because everyone and their mother is sort of, where did the bear market start? Right here. So yeah, you can see the bear market started right here, okay? And here's where Ethereum is. So Ethereum has outpaced Bitcoin in the bear market after everyone's saying, oh, Ethereum's gonna get crushed. It's a bear market. You could say Bitcoin lost more value than Ethereum in the bear market, because it did. Now that could change very, very quickly. Don't get me wrong, but you know, right now you're just kind of consolidating. I'm still a believer that Ethereum, Bitcoin will come up and at least test these levels again at some point. You know, when you probably don't test these levels into the bull market, but this is a interesting range. Interesting range right here, man. Interesting range. Dirk, get out of here, man. Stop spraying FUD. Friggin' Dirk, man. Dirk Jensen. I'm in it for the higher risk trade. Dry powder orders set at BTC 13.5. Nice. Nice. But for now, I mean, ETH Bitcoin's just sideways action for the whole bear market, man. Up, down against Bitcoin. Just like this. All right? It probably continues until the next bull market, right? You have up, down, up. It probably comes back down again, and then probably comes back up. That's been the case since May of 2021. You know, Alan said Matic will pass up ETH. I don't think in market cap. I think that's a little bit hefty at this point to say. But hey, Matic's my number 3 holding. If it does, I will be a very, very happy man. If Matic passes up ETH, I will be. I'll be okay with that, actually, because that means Matic will go absolutely nuts, and that probably means that Ethereum still goes nuts. But Matic just goes nuts more. And you know, I'll take that all day, my friend. All freaking day. You know what I mean? All freaking day. Crypto said sell it all. I'm counter trading that. Did he actually say that? Sell it all. I'm hearing a lot of that right now. Sell it all. It's hilarious, man. You get all these people telling you to buy at all-time highs last year. Now they're all telling you to sell. It's like, and these people were preaching the whole time. It's a cycle. And now they're literally doing the opposite of what they told you to do last year. It's hilarious. What do you guys think of clown mining? I have no comment on that. Someone tell me why the F people buy in Jasmy. People want the quick gains, my man. The quick gains of the short term, the small cap alts. The quick gains of the small cap altcoins. I don't think Crypto actually said that, to be honest. I can't see him saying that. Gotta love those accounts that just spam leave all markets every day. Is Maya wrapping Xmas presents in the background or something? She's working over there. But yeah, she is wrapping my Xmas present. She is. She's making me some new earrings. Oh Lord. More algo? Yeah, man, I'm a big algo fan going to the next bull market. Algo, I told you guys, the 3 alts that I'm getting, okay, from here on out, and I'm going hard into these. Matic, just really ETH, Matic, and Algo. ETH, Matic, and Algo. We're going balls deep in those. Balls deep. I don't even call Ethereum an altcoin anymore, man. Ethereum, to me, it's like, okay, you got Bitcoin, and then you got Ethereum, and then everything else. Okay? Bitcoin, Ethereum, everything else. To me. Altcoin, I think at this point, is such an overused term. Listen, Ethereum as like a what? Hold on, real quick. Yeah, man, I mean, listen, Ethereum's market cap's 150 billion. I don't think you could say it's not a big part of the space at this point, man. You know what I mean? That's being a little bit ominous. And you might even start saying like BNB. It might be Bitcoin 1, Ethereum 2, BNB 3, and then everything else. Like BNB, I think, is going to start approaching those levels where it's like, do you call BNB an altcoin at this point? You know? Who knows? Who knows, man? Is there a chance everyone moves on from Bitcoin to alts? I mean, that's what we've seen for a long time now. But that can get destroyed. I always caution people, if you're going to go all in on alts, you got to be careful because you never know if there could be regulation that comes in and makes everything securities besides Bitcoin, right? And that would probably not be very good for the short term for altcoins. Like if something like that happened, I wouldn't be surprised to see alts drop like ridiculous amount like in a day. So just be prepared for that, right? You've been warned. No, but I mean, listen, the shift to altcoins. I mean, you look at the history of the Bitcoin dominance chart, right? I mean, everyone likes to point out over here back in 2019, there was people saying, "Oh, Bitcoin dominance is going back to 70%." Listen, okay, but it hasn't. It's at the lows still, you know. So Bitcoin dominance, I mean, over time, it's just been a downtrend. Doesn't mean that can change, but I mean, the shifting from Bitcoin to altcoins, I guess, has been happening over the course of time, no? I mean, think about it. In March of 2017, 97% of the market cap was Bitcoin. Now, 40% in a span of 5 years. That's craziness. Absolute craziness. Time will tell on this, though. I always like to say I do think people should have a good amount of their portfolio in Bitcoin because you never know the future altcoins. So that is that. This looks like the Luna stablecoin. Does it? Let's see. XRP still being number 7 by market cap will always remain a mystery to me. Because listen, we know right now, guys, crypto is run based off hype. The stage that we're still in for crypto, it's hype. Hype is what drives prices. Okay, now listen, the hype around XRP is if it wins the case, it's going to go nuts. That's the hype around XRP at the moment. Okay, and that's why it remains in the top 10 despite it not moving for 5 years. You know, so that's the hype around it, right? People like say, "Oh, I'm gonna invest in this because when it wins the case, it's going to go to the upside. It's going to go nuts. It's going to go nuts." And I always like to say, what if it ends up being a buy the rumor, sell the news event? Where everyone's like, "Oh, okay, it's going to happen." It starts going up a little bit, and then it just dumps. How many times have we seen that in crypto? A lot. But we'll find out, as always. As always, my friends. Yeah. I mean, you can make the argument like, I mean, the ones that I'm sticking to right now, Bitcoin, ETH. I do think BNB is a good play. I do. I do. I mean, you can't hate BNB at this point. I mean, it's been outpacing everything in this bear market. Matic. I still think Cardano's a good project. It's Cardano's more about what if, okay? Right? It's still about what if. It's a speculative alt at best. I mean, you can't hate Chainlink. I can't hate the ones that have been through the ringer. You know what I mean? What's the alts that have been through the ringer? I mean, Uniswap, been through the ringer. The ones that I'm a little bit skeptical of are the ones that went nuts last bull market, but haven't really been through the ringer. You know, ones like, what should I say? Ones like Polkadot, ones like Solana, ones like Avalanche, right? Ones like, what else hasn't been through the ringer here? Near. Some of these ones that haven't, like VeChain. We'll find out with those ones. The ones that I actually do like, I'm going to be honest, are the ones that went through 2 cycles and did very, very well both times. Those are the ones that I do like. Because you go back to the bear market in 2019, the top 10 was completely different. So what did very, very well in both cycles? Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Christ, I don't even know what was back there. You can argue Chainlink, right? Chainlink did very, very well in the last bear market. It was the only altcoin to go up in the bear market last time, and it went up in the bull market. And that's why a lot of those I hold, because they've been through the ringer, and they performed well both times. A lot of these other ones, you don't know. You have no idea. Even Litecoin, I shit on Litecoin. Litecoin's been around the ringer twice. Litecoin's been around the ringer like 3 times. You know what I mean? So I always shit on Litecoin, but even Litecoin you can make an argument for. Let's see. ETH and ADA. XRP will be the first coin with green light from SEC. Take a look at Swift market cap. Takes 7 days to send the money.
First coin with green light from SEC. Take a look at Swift market cap. Takes 7 days to send money and 1% fee. XRP.
Let's see. First coin with green light from SEC. Take a look at Swift market and cap. It takes 7 days to send money and 1% fee. Oh yeah, I don't hate on the XRP the project itself. I just think that when does the XRP case get settled? Because if it doesn't get settled in the next 2 years, your money's better off in some other coin. You know, because what happens? I'll say this. Listen, the XRP case is supposed to be settled since like freaking early 2021. Here we are 2 years later. What happens if it doesn't get settled for another 2 years? I'm just spitballing here. And all that money that people invest in XRP could have went in something else, and you just sit, and XRP just kind of sits there, you know, while the market goes up again. You know what I mean? That's my sort of argument against XRP. Do I think XRP is not bad for like a speculative, okay, I'm going to throw some money in here as a speculative thing? No, I think that's okay. That's with my argument with me, at least me, filling my, like, just having this huge giant XRP bag just sitting there. Because honestly, like, if XRP goes to the moon, cool. I can invest in Matic and it'll do the same thing. Why am I going to invest in XRP? You know, that's sort of my point for that. If I think XRP is going to do a 20x from here, I think Matic is too. But Matic has way less of a barrier of entry, in my opinion, or barrier of resistance, I should say, in my opinion. That's my thought process when it comes to that. Is XRP a bad investment? No, it's just got a little bit of headway, I guess. I should say. That's my argument. That's my argument to it. That's it, though. I'm not an XRP hater necessarily. I'm just a timist, I guess I should say. Anyways, guys, I think I'm going to call a stream this. Actually, what do you guys say here? Okay, that was Crypto Arbitrage University. Appreciate the super chat, man. And I understand the argument. True. Hey, I think discussion in the bear market, discussions are the best time to have discussions, right? Because this is where we learn, man. The time to learn is not in the bull market. Everything looks good in the bull market, man. Every single thing looks good in the bull market. You can invest in, like we said yesterday, you can invest in freaking Dogelon, Bangs, Caroline, Inu, okay? You can invest in I don't know, Elon sells Doge, Inu, yeah. Okay, it looks like a good coin. All right, it looks like a good crypto. Now's the time to learn the best about them. So any type of positive discussion and why you think something's good or not is always welcome. But I'm going to be out of here, guys. All right, adios. I'll catch you guys at 7 p.m. Once again, I keep saying this every day. We're back to crab market, okay? Use this time to, I guess, learn. Use this time to make a strategy here. And, you know, these are the times where you have a clear head. So use your clear head before the action happens to have some type of plan going forward, all right? Adios. Catch you guys at 7 p.m. tonight. Take it easy. Enjoy your Friday. If I don't see you tonight, have a good weekend, man. All right? Enjoy your time. As always, I always like to say, you got your crypto life, and then you got your other life. Don't let the two mingle. Separate your lives. One, vesting life, right now, okay? Live your life a little bit. Anyways, peace out. Later. And don't forget to drink your muscle milk today. All right? Peace out.